Doctor Doom has not appeared in the MCU before Avengers Doomsday, making this film his first appearance. Victor Von Doom is one of Marvel's most important villains, combining genius-level scientific knowledge with advanced armor, political power, and mastery of magic. His greatest rivalry in the comics is with Reed Richards, and that connection becomes especially important here. Robert Downey Jr. is playing Doom rather than Tony Stark, giving the character a completely new identity within the MCU. Thor's last appearance before Doomsday was Thor: Love and Thunder. After defeating Gorr the God Butcher, Thor took responsibility for raising Love, the daughter Gorr brought back to life through eternity. He continued traveling through space and protecting people, but his story had moved away from the Avengers. Doomsday brings him back into a much larger conflict, and his encounter with Steve Rogers connects the current story directly to the original Avengers era. Steve Rogers' last full appearance before Doomsday was Avengers Endgame. After returning the Infinity Stones, Steve chose to remain in the past and live a peaceful life before eventually giving his shield to Sam Wilson. The Doomsday teaser shows an older Steve returning to the superhero world. His presence is particularly important because he is now meeting characters who inherited the legacy he left behind, including Sam, while also reuniting with Thor and Bucky. Loki's last appearance was Loki Season 2, where he ultimately sacrificed his chance at a normal life to become the protector of the branching timelines. He took his place at the center of the multiverse, keeping countless realities alive. That makes Loki very different from the version who once invaded Earth with an army. He now understands the structure of the multiverse better than almost anyone, which could make him crucial to understanding what Doctor Doom is doing. Reed Richards' most recent appearance was the Fantastic Four: First Steps, where he led his family against Galactus. Reed is one of Marvel's greatest scientific minds, and his ability to understand impossible problems makes him uniquely valuable during a multiversal crisis. His connection to Doctor Doom is even more important because Victor is traditionally his greatest intellectual rival. Doomsday turns that personal rivalry into a conflict that could affect multiple realities. Sue Storm's last appearance was the Fantastic Four: First Steps, where she fought alongside Reed, Johnny, and Ben as the Invisible Woman. Her ability to become invisible and create powerful force fields makes her both a defensive and offensive powerhouse. But Sue's importance goes beyond her abilities. She is the emotional center of the Fantastic Four and the mother of Reed's children, giving her a deeply personal reason to protect her family and their world from doom. Ben Grimm's transformation as the Thing gave him enormous strength and durability, turning him into the physical powerhouse of the Fantastic Four. But underneath the rocky appearance, Ben remains the team's most grounded member and Reed's closest friend. His return in Doomsday places one of Marvel's classic heroes directly into a conflict alongside characters from the Avengers and X-Men. Yelena Belova last appeared in Thunderbolts, where she became one of the core members of the team that eventually took the name New Avengers. After years of working as an assassin and struggling with the death of her sister Natasha, Yelena finally found a group she could trust. Her return in Doomsday puts her alongside much older Marvel legends. Her history with Natasha also gives her a personal connection to the original Avengers that many of the newer heroes do not have. Johnny Storm's last appearance was the Fantastic Four: First Steps, where he fought as the Human Torch. Johnny can cover his body in flames, fly, and unleash enormous amounts of heat, making him one of the Fantastic Four's strongest offensive fighters. He is also considerably more impulsive than Reed and Sue. Doomsday gives Johnny the chance to move beyond his own team and become part of a conflict involving heroes from several different realities. Sam Wilson's last appearance before Doomsday was Captain America: Brave New World. By the end of that film, Sam had fully established himself as Captain America after accepting the shield from Steve Rogers. He does not have super soldier abilities, so his strength as a leader comes from experience, determination, and his ability to bring people together. With Steve returning, Sam now has to stand beside the man whose legacy he inherited. Bob Reynolds last appeared in Thunderbolts, where his extraordinary abilities were revealed to be connected to Sentry. Bob initially seemed like an ordinary and troubled man, but he possessed almost unimaginable power. His darker side, the Void, became a major threat before Bob eventually regained control. Doomsday brings him into a conflict with characters who can actually challenge his level of power, making Bob's control over himself just as important as his strength. Bucky Barnes last appeared in Thunderbolts, where he fought alongside Yelena, John Walker, Ghost, Red Guardian, and Bob Reynolds. By this point, Bucky had moved far beyond his identity as the Winter Soldier and had become one of the people helping shape the new Avengers. His story has always been closely connected to Steve Rogers, so Steve's return gives Bucky one of the most important personal reunions in the movie. Shuri's last appearance was Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, where she finally accepted the Black Panther mantle after T'Challa's death. She defeated Namor and helped prevent a full-scale war between Wakanda and Talokan. Shuri is now both a superhero and the protector of Wakanda, giving her responsibilities far beyond simply fighting villains. Her involvement in Doomsday brings Wakanda into a conflict that now extends across multiple worlds. Namor last appeared in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, where he went to war with Wakanda after becoming convinced that the surface world would eventually threaten Talokan. Shuri defeated him, but chose not to kill him, leaving their relationship in an uneasy state. Namor remains the ruler of Talokan and one of the most powerful characters in the story. His presence means that an entire underwater civilization could become involved in the fight against Doom. Deadpool's last appearance was Deadpool and Wolverine, where Wade Wilson traveled through the multiverse and helped save his universe from destruction. That film established Deadpool's direct connection to the larger multiversal story and brought him into contact with the TVA. His appearance in Doomsday is part of the broader multiverse connections surrounding the movie. Unlike many of the characters here, Deadpool has already experienced the collision between different Marvel realities firsthand. Professor X's last appearance was Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, where Patrick Stewart played an alternate version of Charles Xavier as a member of the Illuminati. That version of Xavier was killed by Wanda Maximoff while attempting to stop her. Doomsday brings Stewart back as the iconic mutant leader, alongside several of his original X-Men co-stars. His telepathy and decades of experience dealing with mutants make him one of the most important strategic characters on the X-Men side. Wolverine's last appearance was Deadpool and Wolverine, where Hugh Jackman's Logan teamed up with Wade Wilson. That film established that Wolverine exists within the wider multiverse and showed him helping save an entire reality. His healing factor, adamantium skeleton, claws, and centuries of combat experience make him one of Marvel's most dangerous fighters. His presence in this lineup also connects the newer multiverse stories directly to the legacy X-Men films. Shang-Chi's last appearance was Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. At the end of the film, the Ten Rings sent out a mysterious signal, suggesting that their origin was connected to something far beyond Earth. Shang-Chi later became part of the wider superhero world, and Doomsday brings him into the same battle as the Avengers and X-Men. His martial arts skill combined with the Ten Rings makes him one of the most unusual fighters in the group. Mystique's last appearance as Rebecca Romijn's version was in the original X-Men films, with her final established appearance coming in X-Men: The Last Stand. Mystique is a mutant shapeshifter who can copy another person's appearance and voice, making her extremely difficult to identify or predict. Her history with both Magneto and Xavier makes her return especially significant. Doomsday brings back this older version of the X-Men world and places her among characters from entirely different Marvel realities. Nightcrawler's last appearance was X-Men: The Last Stand, where Alan Cumming played Kurt Wagner. His mutant ability allows him to teleport himself and others, giving him incredible mobility during combat. Nightcrawler is also one of the more compassionate members of the X-Men, often balancing the team's more aggressive personalities. His return after such a long absence makes him one of the clearest links between the original X-Men films and the new multiverse storyline. Gambit's most recent appearance was Deadpool and Wolverine, where Channing Tatum finally played Remy LeBeau after years of attempts to bring a Gambit solo movie to life. Gambit can charge objects with kinetic energy, turning ordinary objects into explosive weapons. His appearance in Deadpool and Wolverine established him as part of the multiversal Marvel landscape. Doomsday now brings him together with the other legacy X-Men, giving the character a much larger role than the cameo many fans originally expected. Cyclops' last appearance as James Marsden's version was X-Men: Days of Future Past, where he briefly appeared after Wolverine's actions changed the timeline. Scott Summers is one of the X-Men's most important field leaders, and his optic blasts give him enormous offensive power. His return is significant because Marsden's Cyclops was one of the central members of the original X-Men film era. Doomsday finally brings him back, alongside Professor X, Magneto, Beast, Mystique, and Nightcrawler. Beast's most recent appearance was The Marvels, where Kelsey Grammer briefly returned as Hank McCoy. That cameo connected the legacy X-Men universe directly to the MCU's multiverse. Beast is both an extremely intelligent scientist and a physically powerful mutant, making him a natural counterpart to Reed Richards. With Reed and Beast potentially working in the same story, Doomsday has the opportunity to bring together two of Marvel's most recognizable scientific minds. Magneto's last appearance was X-Men: Days of Future Past, where Ian McKellen returned as the older Eric Lensher. Magneto can manipulate magnetic fields, giving him control over an enormous range of metal and technology. But his importance goes beyond his powers. His complicated relationship with Professor X has defined much of X-Men history, with the two constantly disagreeing about how mutants should survive in a world that fears them. Doomsday brings that relationship back, while placing Magneto in an entirely new multiversal conflict.